Tenno, your Kubro has matured. Now, there is only one more rite of passage before you can truly be bonded. I have learned of a Grineer excavation which is said to have uncovered an Orican-era Kubro collar. Take your Kubro to Earth and recover the collar.
The doge definitely has the collar equipped now. So I don't think we have another mission left. So it's going to just give us the completion once we either reset our game or log back in. And I should now be, yeah, able to. So these are the actual abilities. I don't need the hunt. I could use the scavenge. Pack leader seems definitely like something we want to have. When I get more levels and the Cooper gets more levels, then I'll be using this, of course. But I think I'm not going to be using the Horace Cupro all that much, because the carrier is more useful for having it around because of the increased pickup range. But if you have the time and the patience, then this scavenge ability, which can be equipped on all companions, I think, can be sometimes worth the effort, especially on those gas city maps with lots of blockhouse. So let's actually level this up for now, even though we can possibly keep it equipped, but we can now. Right. Yeah, that plasma sword, I want it. It's in Venus and it's seems like a sabotage mission, a bit low level, so I'll be definitely using Rhino for it. There's 1 point difference, but let's use the shield disruption for now. So Rhino has 2 defensive polarity slots. I think this is the way we'll start. Yeah. I might be able to get to the Pluto boss today. Depending on how many interesting missions and such pop up before we get that far.
We need to destroy the reactor. spotted here. Walkers incoming. You're almost at the target. Keep it up. Alarms have been reset.
So that's basically what the scavenge mod does. It has some very weird AI sometimes. Goes with it, but usually it works. But I think that when Kubro unlocks a blocker, then that blocker, if the unlock is successful, will always drop a health ball. That seemed to be the case back in the day. I'm not sure if it was because of a bug and that has been fixed yet. But it's actually working as intended. Horrible reach my charge has. So this is the passive Rhino ability, is that it has the innate, what was it, heavy impact, I think it's called, ability that when you fall from a height greater than a short distance, then you're going to make a heavy landing that causes a shockwave. Get launched.
Target found. Destroy it. Target destroyed. Proceed to the extraction point. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
The oxy. Let's see if this actually gives us negative reputation to arbiters of hexes.
It is done. The collar has been attached and the bond between Tenno and Kubro has been cemented.
Oh, look at Lotus being like, how do you say it, on top of things. So let's see, before this reaches minus 5,000, I need to start using their sigil. And I should have enough buffer to not get any of my other two positive syndicate standings to level down. So let's see now. Speedrun. This one might be interesting. Oh dear. Let's actually wait for players and see if we are lucky. Actually, let's not, because we can visit the dojo. Because I think we have a former that we can use here. So, second reactor. When I did the calculations, I think what I concluded was that we only need 2 reactors to maintain what we want to build. So what I want to do now is to build a cross connector here. Start to contribute most of the materials for it. But we're going to need another form to finish it. I have no mouse cursor on the screen, so I can't really explain what my plans are, but I'd like to keep the right hand side where the reactors are as a place in this dojo where you don't really need to go. I mean, I'm going to construct more and more reactors and such on that side, but on the left side I want to build the labs where you unlock some stuff. So basically, once the left cross connector is finished, I'm going to construct the oracle on its north side, or its upper side. There's really no north on these maps, I think. And wait for it to complete, then I'll start crafting the tech labs. That is to say, there are 5 tech labs. Then from that point onward, it's going to be facing what I think it's going to be the Orokin lab, unless it requires something else. And it's the Orokin lab where we research and get the dragon keys, which open the vaults in the derelict missions. So that's going to be our first priority. And then we are going to expand the corridor with another cross connector, unlocking 2 more building slots where we'll be putting Tenno lab and is it biological labs or chemical? No, what is? But basically the lab where we gain the infested tech. And then I'm going to expand with another cross connector and build the remaining 2 labs, which are the Corpus Tech lab and Grenier Tech lab. And that should be all that we need for now, because it's a small clan with only 1 member. And I don't really need to have things such as obstacle courses or dueling rooms or the kind in here. Which reminds me that during the previous weekends, when I was off the grid, so to speak, we had a visit from the Void Trader, who's called Barrow-Kitier or something like that. He randomly pops up every 2 weeks in one of the relays, and last weekend he was visiting the Orcus relay, which requires master rank 8 to enter, so even if we were to be present, unless we had ranked up, we wouldn't be able to visit him. And what he does is he comes up with a sort of random set of items that he has for sale. And some of the items are really good and most of them are exclusive to him. And the currency he uses or takes are the ducats. And ducats are gained by selling prime parts, such as the personal prime blueprint that I have, on those relays to vending machines. And you either gain something like 15, 45 or 100 ducats per item, depending on their rarity. And the prices he charges for some of the useful stuff can be something like 300 or even 700 ducats. So there's something of a grind going in there. In addition to ducats, he also charges some credits, which might be even as costly as something like 300,000 or 700,000, depending on the item for sale. He sells stuff known as the primed mods, such as the primed, let's say, primed fast hands. The fast hands is the rifle mod that has to do with reload speed. Do we actually have one easily available? I think we do, but yeah, fast hands. And this one normally has like 5 level up slots, so you can actually upgrade these to give you plus 30% reload speed, and it's going to cost 7 points to equip it. What the primed mods or their counterparts are is that they usually have a lot more levels that you can put into them, so the primed fast hands might have I think it's plus 5 levels compared to the regular ones. So maximized primed fast hands would have a plus 55% reload speed and take like 12 points to equip or something like that. So they're really the high-end late game way of gaining more power, but they can of course be used whenever can get them. But leveling them up 10 levels is going to be costly as hell. It's going to take a shitload of endo and even more credits. It's not unlikely to gain or to spend more than 1.4 million on a primed mod to level it up from 0 to max. But yeah, this is a high level interception mission, so I really want to join an existing squad. Even if our current Warframe is underleveled and the Kubro is going to die in these missions quite easily, we should be able to maintain control of at least one of the interception towers. But if I want to get to Hades today to complete this and Palos, and this is probably the more difficult one. Because unless the Palos mission is... Actually I can't think of it. Basically the interception missions are the most difficult ones to play solo. So I can't imagine Palos would be more difficult. It can be of equal difficulty if it's another interception missions, but it's unlikely that both Cerberus and Palos being right next to each other would be interception missions. It might be a rescue or a sabotage. It might also be a survival, but none of those are as evil to play against as the interception mission is. So I'll halt the recording for now and resume it once we... Never mind. We might be able to pull this off with the snow globes and hit point regeneration. But my Rhino is still underleveled as hell. I don't even have the Iron Skin ability unlocked, which is the second ability it gets, which is
These
one of the
radio
more
towers carry top
useful
secret
abilities in the game.
interplanetary communications. You are going to capture the towers and decode incoming messages.
He went by himself, that bastard. So this is the dam map, I think. So the command points are not next to each other, so it's going to be painful. What I can do is try to maintain control of at least C. Actually, I do have enough levels to use the Iron Skin. I thought it needed something like level 6, but apparently not. Well, let's just try to maintain control of these places. Actually, what we could do is... There's a decoy here.
Is ours now. We are dominating. Keep it up. The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
Yeah, I think they upgraded the Kupro
We are in
melee
total
damage a
control.
lot
Keep
some
fighting.
time ago.
Tower lost.
When they were first introduced, I think the melee damage was not something like 300 per bite, it was something like 80.
We have control of all 4 towers. We have lost control of a tower. The enemy have captured a tower. We have lost control of a tower. Tower online. We are in total control. Keep fighting.
Yeah, the Kupro companions can go down and into bleed out
Tower
and can
lost.
be revived rather than using the sentinel mechanic, which is just explode when they die and respawn depend a number of
The
times
enemy
depending
have
on how
taken a
many
tower. You must
regens you
recapture.
have equipped on them.
You have captured a radio tower. The enemy have captured a tower. We are dominating. Keep it up. We have lost control of a tower. We have control of all 4 towers. The enemy have captured a tower. We have decoded the message. The remaining enemies must not report back to their command. Eliminate everyone.
It's one thing that's both good and bad in Redeemer is that when you shoot someone who's close to you, they're just going to not take much damage, but what they're going to do is they're going to be ragdolled by the hit, which means that they'll be falling down and being susceptible to ground finishers at that point if you can get them on time. So even though it deals superior damage and could nuke something that's moderately close to you, when you're right
The
next to
enemy
them,
have deployed fierce
might not
reinforcements. Are you
deal
willing to
enough
stay and
damage
decode more
to do that.
messages?
So this actually gave a relic on its first round. Damn, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Good work today. Not only have we decoded the enemy transmissions, we have also
I
disrupted
don't think
their
I knew that they could
communications.
do that.